everyone, today I'm going to be doing a review for the Split Ender. This is what I use to take care of my split ends at home, and I'm going to be doing this review based on quality, cost, and efficiency. So if you want to find out if this product is worth it for you, stay tuned. So the number one question I get is, besides what's your ethnicity, what contacts are you wearing and stuff like that, is about my hair. How did you get it so long? How did you grow it out so fast? Sorry to tell you this, but it took me 2.5 years to grow out my hair, and that is not a short amount of time for me. If you want to grow out your hair really long, like almost to your belly button, then you're gonna have to have time and patience, and you're just gonna have to take care of it. There's really no other thing. You gotta let it grow out. And I know that a lot of people for some reason say, oh, my hair doesn't grow, it doesn't grow. Stop. Your hair grows. Everybody's hair grows, okay? It might be a little bit slower. Normally hair grows like ½ an inch every month, and it's okay, it's slow. Hair grows really slow. You're not gonna really notice it until months and months later, or even just a year later. So in order to let it grow healthy, you still need to get haircuts. Not really chop off like 2 inches, but you need to get it trimmed. I get a haircut about every 3 months. I get an inch or 2 off maybe, but I've been doing this for 2.5 years. It's not like I just never really cut my hair, only stuck to trims. I get haircuts, and for trims at home, because at the hairdresser, when you tell them to cut off only ½ an inch or just a tiny bit, they always cut off like 2 inches. So this only takes off 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch, and that's great. You're getting rid of split ends and you're keeping the length. So the cost of this product. This comes with this Miracle Silk, a little cleaner to take care of the machine thingy with all the little hair pieces, a little claw clip, or I don't know, alligator clip, and a comb. Now this costs $60. That is way too much, I think, because of the way it's made. It's entirely made out of plastic. It's not made that well. If it falls, it's probably gonna break. The only piece of metal on this is the piece that cuts the hair. So, and you have to replace that every year, and the replacement is like $12, which isn't so bad. But come on, $60 for this? This is worth like $30, okay? So this might not be for everyone, but on the long run, it does save you a lot of money from going to the hairdresser. But at the same time, I don't know, this could be lower priced. Now, efficiency. For this, it says that it takes off 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch, and I find that to be very true. After doing my whole head, like going through all the strands, this is a picture. Here's a picture of how much hair was cut out, basically, and you can see that it's really not a lot, and it's fairly simple to use, but it looks kind of confusing in the beginning. The way you use this is there's a lock button. You can lock it on or off. This is unlocked, and that's what it looks like. What you do is you put a strip of hair. You have to make sure while you're doing this that your hair, it's like a thin strip, it's not too thick. Like this would be good enough. You don't need more than this. And it closes, and you just run it through the hair. So you have to use thin pieces of hair. If you have very thick hair, this might take longer. For my whole head, it took about 30 minutes. And you have to go over each strand, like each little section of hair, about 2 to 3 times. And I would recommend doing this the same amount of time for each hair, because it is gonna take a little bit off at the ends. And another thing, this is kind of important. If you have curly hair, this might not be for you, because you have to straighten your hair first. Because what the blade does is, if there's any pieces of hair that's just sticking out because split ends stick out, that's what it chops off. So if you have very wavy or curly hair, you might want to straighten it because it might just take like a chunk of your hair out by accident. That hasn't happened to me luckily, but I do have straight hair, so that really wasn't an issue. But another thing I want to mention, like, it's kind of hard to put the hair in here. I don't know why it is for me, but it just is. And you have a button here. It says off in the middle and on both sides. So you can turn it on by clicking this way or clicking that way. So you basically put it to whichever direction you're pulling this down. If you're pulling it down, you put the switch to like this way. And if you're gonna flip it and do this side, put the switch this way. But I've never had to really, I wasn't really confused with the switch. It sounds confusing, but it's really not, because I use the same hand to do like all of my hairs, so I didn't really have to switch directions or anything. And a very big con besides the price for me is the noise. You hear that? It's really loud. Yeah, so I don't like the noise at all. It bugs me a lot. But when I was doing it, I didn't really notice it for some reason because I kind of tuned it out while doing it. But that's really, really noisy, and it sounds scary. The first time I used it, I was kind of like, I don't know, man, that sounds risky. And another con, this thing has so many cons. It runs with batteries. You need 4 AA batteries. So I wish it was electric because it'd just be a lot easier, but I haven't had to replace the batteries yet, and I've had this for a couple months, so it's not that bad. But I would rather have an electric one than one that runs on battery. So efficiency wise, it's really noisy. It runs on battery. Sometimes it might sound confusing at first, but it's really simple. But in the end, it does do its job. It doesn't get every single split end, mind you, but neither does the hairdresser. I've never had a hairdresser like actually take off all of my split ends unless I got a haircut where I got like 2 inches taken off. So it does its job, I guess. And the stuff that it comes with is actually really, really good. Like this Miracle Silk thing. I want to use this forever. It's really, really good. It deserves like a review on its own because it feels like the cheap thing and has vitamins and seaweed extracts, so it's good for your hair. And this clip, it's good. It really does hold hair, but it's really hard to open sometimes. But it's getting looser since I've used it a couple times. There's a joke in there for you. But and then this comb is really good. I do use it. It has a little pick thingy at the end too, so it's really good for splitting hair into sections and just combing hair through. You want to give it a brush through before you put it through this thing. And the brush is really stiff, but you need it to be stiff. Whoa, some pieces of hair came out. But you need the brush to be stiff to clean this out. So that's my review of the Split Ender, and I do recommend it for people only if they think they're going to save a lot more money in the long run, and if they think that they could deal with the volume because it's kind of loud. And if you're willing to buy batteries, or if you have rechargeable batteries, that's good too. Mine, I've used it for a couple months. It hasn't run out of batteries yet, and the website also has very good customer service, so if it doesn't work out for you, you can always return it. So that's it. Thanks for watching this review, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! So that's it for tonight. Ugh.